zinc handle and the casting is just slightly misaligned, so it's going to take me a bunch of time to pilot, but that's not today's one day to go. Nope. I've been obsessed lately with watching videos of master engravers doing their business, applying their trade on things like watch bands. We'll link to it below this video. But it highlighted for me a couple things. One, I have no idea how much careful close work you can do with tools and files. But two, I have never been working with enough light. And last week I decided to remedy that, and that is today's one day build. It is making one of these lights to be able to work with enough light. Let's get started.
If you can do this, you can do this. Open app, request help, get rescue.
Alright, I'm going to start by running through the features of why this lamp is really, really useful for the kind of work that I do. One, it is very positionable, way out to the end of its line. So it's way positionable. It's dimmable, so I can adjust the amount of light. It is also adjustable for color timing. But this is the thing, over the past few years, as we have been a DIY filmmaking, there's a lot of companies now. Now it's like $30. So this lamp has changed my life here in the shop, and we're going to build one today, and it's just with the parts on this table. The soul of this lamp is this stuff. This is called LOC-line, LOC-line, and it is actually a waterproof hose, and it's used for things like delivering coolant to CNC machines. You have seen it in cam stores making the legs of adjustable inflatable tripods and monopods. There are iPhone holders you can see on the end of the lamp, and that's how I got this idea. This is specifically 3/4 inch LOC-line, and 36 inches by the cost about $30. Then there's a 3/4 LOC-line to
Okay guys, I have a huge announcement to make. Check this out. Okay, Adam Savage on his videos has these crazy cool lamps that he uses at his office space, and they use this flexible hosing right here. Oh, come on!
This is what it looks like, and this is what it feels like. The soul of this lamp,
It uses this, and you can see here what the lamp looks like. So you can connect it somewhere on a desk off to the side, and it will just maintain its shape. Watch.
it is very positioned.
See? It's very positionable any way you want. Now this is a type of hosing used for coolant. If you search up coolant hose 3/4, the first result here is flexible 3/4 inch 20 millimeter by 600 millimeter, which is 2 feet by 3/4 of an inch. Water, oil, coolant, cooling, pipe, hose, lathe. That's what you want. Now, the one he links in his video is a $30 one off Amazon. Huge ripoff. Just buy it from China. Way cheaper. Way cheaper. $4 for 2 feet. Okay, so this is my idea. I've been using desk lamps for my webcams. As you can see, it's a very important part of what I do. I'm always messing with these and trying to get them just right. But I can't really get them just right. It's kind of hit and miss. So what I would like to do is have a bunch of these hoses coming off of this shelf or off this shelf or whatever, just kind of standing at attention. And I can put my webcam onto different ones, or like this, if I try to go this way any further, I can't. So when I sit more back here, I can't get the webcam back this way enough. So I was going to create separate mounts so I could pull this out and put it in a mount over here and then be able to move the camera further back. But it's just been a struggle. And then I put another one here, and I put a webcam stand on this so I can move the webcam to this one. And I put Velcro on the bottom of the webcam, and I Velcroed the webcam onto my lamps. And then I created this fume extractor with the activated charcoal and a PC cooling fan to blow fumes and filter them somewhat when I'm soldering. And to do that, I use a bunch of clothes hanger to create my flexible boom stand hose. But that's not ideal at all. It's kind of a rough solution. But this stuff, wherever you move it, it just stays. It's a very excellent tool. And it just hit me. I could put a couple of them on this side of me, a couple of them on this side of me, so I have like 4 extra hoses in addition to my 2 webcam lamps. And these hoses can be used as huge helping hand arms. So if I put big alligator clips on the ends of them, it'd be like these robotic arms that I can move anywhere and clip. You know, with it could be a clip like this, or it could be an alligator clip. I can clip things and move them into place. So when I'm doing like soldering, I could just move this thing right to here and open its teeth and clip it, and it's like a giant helping hand. Now this is what a helping hand is. It's a little mountable thing, and it's got these little clips, and you can clip things in these alligator clips, and you can set this on your lap, and it will hold things for you in place. But it's very limited in its size and its positioning, and you kind of got to put it on yourself in order to like be working with it. But with this, it would be mounted like on a hose. And you could actually mount your normal close window. Stop listening. You can mount your normal helping hand. This is two hands. You can mount on the end of one of those hoses. So you could have like an airborne helping hand that you can just put wherever you want in three-dimensional space, wherever you want. So it's like extra hands around you able to work with you. And it would give great flexibility for webcam placement to get these nice close-ups, have the webcam like right where you want it. I'm so limited, like I'll get it like right here and I'll be working, but what if I want it like right here or like right here, just different. It will help a lot with angles because this is kind of limited, just up, down, left, right, and then I can turn that. It's okay, it's been working, but it'd give me a lot more flexibility to just replace this whole boom arm with one of these flexible hoses like Adam Savage is using. So that will really help with actual webcam filming stuff. But the biggest thing, I think, is the helping hand side of it. To be able to clamp things in place and hold things, especially when you have a hurt shoulder, to have things held in place while you use the other hand. It frees up a hand. You can do a lot more things one-handed if you've got a really nice helping hand. But this is like a huge scale helping hand. It's like the arm of a helping hand with the clamp on the end with a ton of flexibility in a huge three-dimensional space. And I was thinking this would also be huge at helping me with Adam when he's in the bucket bot phase. So my robot Adam will have just one single working arm. And what about his other arm? If he doesn't have that, how is he going to hold things into place? Like, let's say I wanted him to cut out a square. So he's got to hold this square with one hand while cutting with the scissors with the other. Well, how can he do that? Well, I was thinking, he could put it in a vise or something, but it'd be a lot better if he could have a huge coolant hose, like we're talking about, as a huge boom arm where he can position that and hold on anything with it, and then use the other hand, so he wouldn't need that second hand as much to hold things up. And with a couple of those, it could probably hold up fairly heavier stuff and hold it up in a complex way. So let's say he wanted to hold up this. He could have one clamp it here and then one clamp it here. So he could have it held with two hands kind of, and then his actual hand could then cut it while it's being held from two different positions. So having just a bunch of those with alligator clips on them will enable me to just be able to hold all kinds of stuff and make things so much easier without having an assistant, just to hold things up while welding, while cutting, while soldering, you name it. Just to be able to hold things up is half the battle a lot of times, just figuring that all out. I end up a lot of times balancing stuff on my chest or stomach while I'm trying to solder or work with stuff. But this would enable me it's like a temporary shelf. You could have this alligator clip arm and just pull it out and then just like hang things from it. Like put tools on it and stuff. You could have it magnetized and just clip your tools on it, and your tools can just be held in three-dimensional space right by your head. You can just grab a tool and work with it and then put the tool back on it. It's just like extra hands. It's like if you had surgical assistants and you're like, oh, scalpel, and then you take the scalpel. Hemostat, you take the hemostat. They'd be like right here, but not permanently because you can just bend it up when you're done out of the way. It's just incredible, all the uses for this. So I'm going to buy a bunch of these. This is life-changing. Two of them, they're 2 feet each. Buying 2 of them will cost me $8 in free shipping for 4-footer. 4 feet is huge. That'd reach anywhere in my workspace. Because I just work from this chair, and so anywhere I want to mount it, it would be able to be deployed and fit anywhere that I work. Because sometimes I scoot my chair way back, sometimes I scoot it over there. So it'd give me a huge work area. So 4 feet is perfect. So 2 of them makes 1 arm, because I'm going to join 2 of them together to make 1 longer arm. 2 feet long is not long enough for an arm. But if I combine 2 of them, then that is long enough. Although it might be cheaper to buy a 1200 millimeter version. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's standardized. The $4 one, I mean, that price is already pretty good. But it'd be worth just checking. Because if it's like $6 for double, then that'd be economies of scale. Or I just buy like 20 feet of it. Like, it might be cheaper to buy in bulk than buy it in these shorter segments. So let me just check. But what I'm getting at is I'm going to buy enough to build like 5 of these arms. And I'm going to mount them all over. And I'm just going to use them. And it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. This is going to change my life, guys. I saw it on Adam Savage's videos. I was like, that is a really nice lamp stand. I could see immediately it could be moved anywhere. And then when I took it further and realized, wow, that can hold things in place for me, it'd be like a robot arm. I can clamp things in 3-dimensional space anywhere I want. And how about even magnification? I've got like magnifying glasses and stuff, or a microscope. You could mount a microscope to it and just grab the microscope, move it into place, and like look through it and do stuff, and then just move the microscope out of the way, and it'd just be like boom, boom, and you just let go, and it'd just be there, and it'd just be against your eye, and you can just use it, and then you just move it away because it's on this amazingly strong, portable hose line that just stays wherever you put it. You can bring microscopes or magnifying glasses to do work, and you just move them out of the way after that. It's amazing. It will just help me with visual aids and holding things in place and all kinds of stuff. My webcam's getting better points of view, everything. Oh, and how about when I do my hair transplant surgery? It can hold up mirrors, so I can have like 1 mirror here mounted to the boom arm, and then 1 mirror swung around here, and one of the mirrors can be convex, so it's the zoom in type of mirror. Like, check it out. Some mirrors, like makeup mirrors, are bigger than others. So let's see, there's one type, there's another type. You can see better with this one than this one. So what I'm getting at is mirrors can magnify. And so if you take 2 magnifying mirrors, I believe that'd make 2 times 2, 4 times the magnification. I'm not sure how that works, but if I put 1 mirror here and another mirror here, I could look into this mirror, which is right in front of my face, and it'd bounce my vision this way and then down, and I can see the back of my head, and I'd be able to see what I'm doing and have it magnified to do the hair transplant, to remove hairs from the back of my head and move them to the front. And that's been something I've been thinking about, but these arms would really facilitate that, magnifying and shifting my vision to see things behind me. So these coolant hose arms are just incredible. Incredible. Life-changing stuff. So magnification, microscope. Heck, I could move my webcam like this and move a microscope like this, and then the webcam's looking through a microscope, and then I could have you guys see what I'm doing, but it's all out of my way. It's just based on boom arms. It's not on me or set on my lap or anything, and I can just do what I'm doing, but you guys get to see like super high zoomed in microscopic views of what I'm doing, so you can see my soldering skills and stuff. Especially when I start working with like surface mount components, which is what I'm shopping for right now as it happens. So you can see these microscopic type soldering jobs happening. So I mean the list of benefits just goes on and on. Okay, there is no other coolant hose standard sizing on eBay. This is way cheaper. Adam Savage said $30 for a 3-footer. Rip off. For 4 feet, I can get it for $8. For 8 times 4, $32, I can get 4 4-footers. And he only bought 1 3-footer for the same price as 4 4-footers. He got ripped off by Amazon, more like Scamazon. So I'm buying this stuff. Alright, 2 of them makes 1. I want 5. So I need 10 of them. That's $40. That's a good purchase all day long. This is going to change my life. Oh crap, there's only 5 available? Why? This is just incredible. It's going to enable me to position lighting just right on what I'm doing for a real close up view. Everything, just lighting, webcams, magnification, holding things, just it's going to be great. And it's going to be critical to help Adam, the one-armed robot, to be able to do things with one arm. How the heck is he going to do cutting projects? I want Adam to cut squares for me, even when he just has the one arm. How can he do that? Well, I knew he'd have to have a way to hold things in place. And I was thinking like a vise. He would like turn a vise and cramp things down. And that's fine on a table. But this would enable him to hold things like up in the air and really have more flexibility and hold things that require 2 hands to hold while he works on it with the 3rd hand. Well, shoot, he's got multiple boom arms. So it's just incredible, guys. I actually bought 12 of these hoses, each 2 feet, so that's 6 4-footers. Because Adam's going to need it and I'm going to need it. I'm going all out. That's how much I believe in this concept. I'm so excited! Oh my goodness! This has got to be the most excited a straight man can get about hoses. Oh, and it's going to help me with automotive work too. I want to put one of these in my automotive pop-up tent and mount my webcams to it. I'll need a couple of them. And the webcams can be positioned anywhere that way. So easily. For filming. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, like filmmaking, a lot of companies now making these digital light panels, but it doesn't work right now. This kind of panel really $100 for $1, now it's like $30. So this I can change my light here in the shop and we're going to build one today, and it's just the parts on the tape. The soul of this lamp is this called Lockline, LC-line, and it is actually a waterproof hose, and it's used for things like different cooling stations. You have seen it in camera stores making the legs of invertible tripods and monopods. There are iPhone holders using in the lamp, and that's how I got this idea. This is specifically 3/4 inch Lockline, and 36 inches that costs about $30. Then there's a 3/4 Lockline to 3/4 inch NTP, right? There is a 3/4 inch Lockline wide range thing above. Then there is a power supply. This is a global power supply, some aluminum armature wire, and the actual panel light itself. If you go on Amazon, there are dozens of different versions of this type of panel. These panels are specifically made to receive a battery, like hand batteries. You can power them. We're going to add an actual plug to it so that we can run power to the inside of the Lockline. And like I said, we'll include links to each of these parts. There are also other versions of these parts you can find cheap by all means. As for mounting to the cable, I made this a few days ago. This is just a Delrin with the 4/3 inch NTP tap out, and I use that. It's actually quite useful. So you can use that. There's that to that to that to that to that to that, and this power supply. I ran a small power supply. This wasn't enough amperage to power this. So I went over another powerful 12-volt 8 amp transformer. You have to run this powerful. I don't know how many amps is one. I don't know where this is. It's like car charger on the end. We'll have to remove that. And then there's this plug. Oh, and armature wire. The armature wire is a key part of this build. If you'll notice, this supports itself all the way out. And while Lockline is in fact quite stiff, it's not that stiff. It can't quite do that. So I helped with the Lockline by adding some armature wire from here up to about here. And in fact, there's a single piece here that comes down and bends over and comes back up here. So it's like folded over. So it'll be a little bit more strength down here than up here. But that's what it took to be able to make it support across the whole table. As a piece driver, it's a piece driver capable of. So armature wire, this 1/4 inch armature wire, this art store is effectively soft aluminum, which means effectively straight unalloyed aluminum. And it's not that expensive. I think the whole cost of this build is just around $120. But I spent money again. You're able to find cheaper parts, cheaper panels, cheaper pieces by all means. Go and make it out of this much. So this comes. Oh, that's nice. So this one. So I went over another powerful 12-volt 8 amp transformer. You have to go on this powerful. I don't know how low, maybe 2 amps is one. I don't know what it's like. But it's like a car.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to buy armature wire too. I didn't know that that was a key part of this. I definitely want, you know, the full package. I don't want... I thought the hose would be fine, but it turns out it needs a little more, for especially for a longer length, which is what I want. That's what Adam's saying, so I can't leave that part out. Wake up. Armature wire. Press return. Guys, somebody just gave me another idea in the comment section for that video. Mounting heat lamps from these arms. I'm blown away right now. So rather than having to hang heat lamps on like a Christmas light style cord going across my automotive pop-up tent, I can do all outdoor repair work, even in the winter, just by putting a nice heavy stand on the ground with a bunch of these flexible coolant hoses coming out of it, and then heat lamps on the end of that. And you can motion and move the heat lamps to spread it out like a plant with its many bulbs, like a vase of roses. You can spread them out and flay them out like the feathers of a peacock, and have these pointing at all different directions. And you could even move one and put it right by your face, right by where you're working, to really blow that hot heat, that radiant heat, warming you up when you're working outdoors on a cold day. So you don't have to actually have stands to put heat lamps or whatever. You can actually motion them in three-dimensional space around where you're working and have them coming down like arms, giving you basking warm glow of light wherever you need it, so you can stay really warm. And this can even be done without being in a tent, just any outdoor work. You just be able to move your big heat lamp plant, where the arms of the plant are this flexible coolant hose, and the bulbs of the flowers are the heat lamps. It's brilliant. And you could use that same technique to put lighting anywhere you want. You could just use normal light bulbs if you didn't need heat, but you wanted to be able to put light anywhere for an outdoor situation, for working. Hold on, baby. Okay, so I can use this thick copper wire, any type of solid core copper wire. You can just stack up parallel to each other and tape them together to create a nice firm stout core for your coolant hose, so that the coolant hose has more rigidity, so that it can extend out further from a single fixed point without slowly sagging due to its lack of rigidity. Adam Savage said that he had to put armature wire in it just for like the first third of the 3-foot stretch of it. I'm putting in 4-foot stretch of it, so I'll need about a third, maybe 2/5 of solid wiring. Baby, come back! Of solid wiring in that to form the base, because it wouldn't be strong enough to hold itself up for that long of a stretch. And depending on how heavy whatever you're putting on the end of that wire is, it would need you to put more solid wire in the core of it so that it doesn't slowly sag, because it can only hold so much weight, especially when extended to its full length. So yeah, I'll just use solid core copper wire, and I tend to have a lot of that for electrical projects, so I should be fine to put that together. Alright, be right back.